What's up, guys? Jake Des here. I'm here with PGA TOUR Superstore. We're at Titleist with Mr. Dill. Aaron, we're gonna be hitting some SM11 wedges, do a little wedge fitting. Can't wait to hit them. Heard great things, so I guess we're gonna hit some shots, some chips, right?
Yeah, we're gonna go through a mock fitting. Right?
Okay.
We're gonna look at carry numbers. We're gonna look at direction, dispersion, trajectory, all the things that we pay attention to. And then we're gonna go greenside and we're gonna validate what we're doing here.
Do some short game shots.
That's
awesome.
right.
I love it, man. Let's get after it.
Ready?
Yeah.
So we're gonna start actually down below.
Okay.
I'm gonna start you with a pitching wedge. I wanna see how far that goes.
Okay.
It's a nice little start.
Yeah, that was surprisingly flush for, after lunch break.
And typically looking for a straight ball, a little draw, a little fade. What do we like?
A lot of everything. Yeah.
A lot of everything.
I like it low, but I definitely move it everywhere. I mean, there's not really a stock shot anymore, so, I almost like don't even know what to hit when I'm hitting on a flat range anymore, but. At least for pitching wedges, I mean, they're not going to move too crazy,
Yeah.
I like to go both ways, but I do hit that like low trappy thing more than anything.
And expecting somewhere in the 135 to 140 range?
Absolutely, yeah. 35 is probably a good stock number.
Perfect.
All things equal.
Let's do one more. All right, I already love what we're doing here.
Those are
You
solid.
got terrific ball flight. One of the things that we try and pay attention to with tour players especially is the importance of the trajectory we get.
Absolutely.
It's what we focus on with our design as well. You've got great flight.
Thank
Cover
you.
the ball nicely.
Thank you, thank you.
I am looking at your divot pattern here, also thinking about what you shared about the course conditions you play in.
Yep.
Just looking at your set, a lot of things in here make sense, right? We have a little more bounce, a little more forgiveness.
Just 12 across the board with them.
12 across the board is very safe.
Yep.
I'm looking for 13 yards less per wedge.
Okay.
The lob wedge is not quite as important, but 13 is a nice spread between each.
Yeah.
So if we're 135 right now, we're looking for something in the low 20s.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. Hopefully, I'd expect, again, there's not a stock, but generally like a stock 50 is kind of in that 120, 122, something like that.
Beautiful flight.
Thank you. That's surprisingly solid for getting loose.
Don't mind me, but
Yeah.
along the way, I'm going to keep these clean.
Sure, love it, love it.
Keep this test honest.
That wet face, wet ball will lie to us.
Beauty.
Thank you.
Now, have you been fit before?
It's been a really long time with wedges.
Okay.
I think it's probably been 15 years I've been in like the same specs, same everything. Like I've used Vokey since SM4s, almost exclusively. So yeah, same like loft lies, S200, like standard length. Yeah, been pretty much the same for a long time.
Pretty standard.
Yep.
And that's good. Consistency is always kind of nice, right?
Absolutely.
We get comfortable with something and it's okay.
Absolutely.
But the fun part about fitting is trying different things along the way.
For sure. That's what we're
I
here
don't
for.
know for sure if you're going to be a 12-degree bounce player. You might say, hey, this 8 feels pretty darn good.
Yeah, yeah.
Most of the tour guys will say to you, speed through the ground is a really good thing. It makes
Right.
them feel confident. I want to see if that same thing applies to you.
Yeah. I think in the past too, what's kept me away from lower bounce is it's almost sticky at the bottom, especially in Alabama, so. Feels nice. It's definitely cutting the turf a little more, I feel like,
Yeah. I will say though, I really like what you have.
Yeah.
I think we talk about what's really important with 50s is it's really more of a simple process. There's not a lot of thought that goes into this because it's really, I don't want to use the term one-dimensional, but its job is to flight and carry a number,
Exactly.
right? Especially on a full shot. So it's a nice transition from the pitching wedge. Let's hit one more.
And I definitely treat it like basically if pitching wedge is my 10 iron, I just treat it like an 11 iron, like I chip with 60 and 54 more than anything. So this is like very much a stalker shot, full kind of driving range club more than anything.
It's gorgeous.
Thank you. Yeah.
You'll hear me say this many, many times. I don't like messing with good things.
Yeah, exactly.
So
if it works,
We're gonna keep that one as it is. I think that's really good.
That's good to know.
Your sand wedge, tell me about it.
So same 12 bounce, but the D grind, I've used a 12D in the 1654 for I think like 8 or 10 years probably straight. And I just like, because I chip with basically 60, 54 and pitching wedge, or like all I'll ever use, and mostly 54 and 60, it's nice that they just feel like the same club, just different lofts, you know. That's kind of what I've gone with. As far as like opening the face a little bit, chipping square, leaning it feels like when I go 60 to 54, it's just like one and the same, which is nice, just different, obviously, flights.
Now with this one, would you say that your dominant greenside wedge is the 60, or how much of this is in play around the green?
It's probably like 2 to 1, 60 degree to 54.
Okay.
I do a lot of 60 degree chipping, but definitely like if I ever have to just lean on it, get a little more chase, go to 54. Pitching wedge is probably a little more rare. I like using a little bit of loft and kind of de-lofting it, but
okay.
Yeah, more 60s and 54s for sure. Maybe a little thin, but still decent.
Just a half groove low?
Yeah.
So I'm looking for, really, I mean, the first couple shots I saw were a little bit long. I was a little concerned, like maybe it was just too strong.
Okay.
But those last few balls, you're down here at 108.
Yeah.
And that's really what I'm looking for. Again,
Okay.
I'm looking for that 13, 14 yard spread.
Right.
If you had been at 110, I'd be concerned that you might be too close.
Sure.
112, too close.
Yep.
And I want to make sure there's just enough spread there where we're close enough to that 60 as well.
For sure. So we're going like 135 pitching wedge, 122, 50
Yep.
degree.
And about
then-
109, 108 on the 54.
Awesome. Yeah.
All right, so we know how this one works out, and I like it a lot, but I'm kind of wondering if we need to rethink a couple things about this, right? We
Sure.
don't have to change this shot. This shot seems great, but if it's really not a short game club that we're using around the greens all that much, if it's just some bump and runs, a little bit of light bunker work,
Yeah.
maybe we add a little bit more width to it to make it more forgiving everywhere.
Okay,
Just based on
sure.
the conditions, the type of shots you hit.
Yeah, absolutely. Might be nice too to have like something wider that like if I'm in extra muddy conditions, I have a go-to wedge, right? They're all kind of the
Exactly.
same right now. So if it gets too dry or too wet, I kind of am stuck with 12 everywhere, you know?
Exactly, and I think when you look at what the best players in the world are doing right now, they're really intelligent when they start building a set of golf clubs. Every club has a purpose, every club
Yeah.
has a job.
Yep.
When you look at their wedge setup, the set doesn't really consist of the same grinds and bounces.
Right.
Things are moving. They're
Each one
fluid,
kind of
right?
unlocks something else.
Yeah,
Right.
so when you look at a guy like Justin Thomas is going to play a 14-degree F grind bent 1 degree weak.
Okay.
So he actually is 15 degrees of
15.
bounce.
Yeah, that's a lot.
And I think for some guys, it's a pretty scary thought, but when you think about what a really talented wedge player is going to do, if he can play it, so can you.
Sure.
Right?
Oh yeah.
There is some purpose there. So
Yep.
then you go to the 60 and you start asking yourself, what is the purpose of that wedge? It's all about getting myself out of trouble around the greens.
Absolutely.
What does that mean for me when it comes to grinds and bounce?
Maybe like you want a little more versatility, a little more
Exactly.
options. Yeah.
You might find today that we create this spread, right? We have
Sure.
a high bounce sand and a mid to low bounce lob.
Yeah, I love it. I love it.
All right, let's hit a couple here, see how this feels.
Yeah, I do feel like people are always scared of going higher in bounce. Once they get in double digits, they feel like something's wrong with that, but I've been in double digits pretty much my whole life.
It sounded great.
That was very solid. Tugged it 10 feet, but really solid.
So again, like at the end of the day, when we look at the numbers on the TrackMan, they're the same,
yeah.
right?
Yeah.
We're getting great spin. We have great launch windows. Carries are the same.
Is that just 108 right
But
there?
we're gaining long term when we look at our specs over the course of a season. We're
Mm-hmm.
now going, gosh, I was actually a better sand wedge player than I was last year.
Right.
And that's the whole goal, right?
100%.
Is how do we shave a half shot here and there?
Absolutely. Felt great too. Yeah, it looks like
Sounds great.
the carries looks like they're just all flying the exact
Yeah.
same.
Anywhere between 108 and 110.
That's awesome.
So that's exactly
That's
what
a
you
perfect
want.
number. Yep.
Great spins, consistent launch windows. So I'm not saying that this is going to be the answer today. What I am saying is we're going to take it greenside and we're going to see.
See,
right?
yeah, yep.
If we know it performs here, we take it greenside, we see if there's a benefit there. The goal of wedge selection is checking off as many boxes as possible.
Absolutely.
The boxes with this are different than the boxes with the others.
Absolutely.
Just want to make sure that we're getting the most out of them.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, let's go to this lob wedge. Tell me a little bit about this one.
Yeah, so
What do you
that
do with
one, a lot of things. I would say that anytime I'm inside like 100 yards,
Mm-hmm.
like 95+% of the shots are gonna be with 60, unless there's some super, big headwind, some specific reason. I'm gonna use this like almost everywhere. So for me, it's definitely the most important wedge. I mean, it does a lot of work for me.
Is it fair to say that you hit it full often or
Yeah,
sometimes? Or?
Yeah, I'm quick to hit it full. I think that's like if I can ever get inside that basically 100 where if I can make a pretty stock swing with 60, I'm going to do that, you know. I feel like that's the shot that I can stuff like a disproportionate amount of time is like 95, give or take. So I'm definitely quick to hit it full.
If it had a weakness, what would it be?
Honestly, like, I think the rare times I get to firmer conditions, you know, it'll get drop kicky maybe a little bit if I'm in firm, tight lies. Where I live, that doesn't happen a lot, which is why I'm using this. But that's the one thing, you know, every now and then I'll come to California sometimes and go somewhere where it's different terrain and just a little, you know, I'm a little limited with firm tight lies, I would say. But yeah, for the soft, you know, nice overseed in Bermuda and Alabama, it's nice to have some kind of chunk down there.
That's great.
Thank you.
And how is bunkers back home? Fluffy,
a mix.
firm?
I'd say a pretty good mix.
Okay.
Surprisingly firm for, I think just maybe because of how much it rains all the time, it gets packed.
Yes.
But definitely a mix. I'll see that, like, you know, Southern Alabama has like beach sand, fluffy, powdery, you know, tough to spin it. And then we'll get kind of the more traditional, maybe grainier, tighter sand that is just firm and easy to spin. So definitely a variety.
So right now it sounds to me like this is catering to the soft.
Yeah, definitely.
We're going to try a couple things today that might cater to both.
Okay.
Right?
Love it.
It may not lean more towards the soft, but I think what you might find is that you're a really accomplished golfer. Your ball flight has proven that to me today. If we can open up a couple doors of shots that you don't have today, I think that's a win.
That'd be awesome. That'd be incredible. Yeah.
Because you're going to play a lot of golf at home and you're going to play a lot of golf away from home.
A lot of conditions, yeah.
I'd sure like to know you had a tool that caters to both of those places.
Absolutely. That would be great. That would be so great.
Cool.
A little tug, but solid.
So one of the things that we pay attention to, that was 102.5 yards. So one of the things that we pay attention to is the importance of launch windows. Launch windows are going to be more important as we increase loft.
Definitely.
The more loft I give you, there's a better chance that you're going to see some funky stuff. It's typically going to be higher.
Yep.
It's going to spin less. It's going to carry erratic numbers.
Yep.
That's why the team spends a lot of time focusing on where we place CG in our parts. Is we want that shot to be easy.
Control flight, basically.
Yeah, when you hit great shots, you're going to get great results.
Right, absolutely.
What happens when you're not?
Yep.
You know, that's the stuff that I think about a lot. Is I'm thinking more long term.
Absolutely.
I want to try a couple things to see if we can make sure that ball flight is down, right? So that last one was 28. We had a couple that were a little bit higher. I'm looking for sub 30 numbers. So if you're a 60-degree player, just cut it in half.
Okay.
You're looking for about 30.
Okay.
If you want to take it a step further to where we do it with Tour, subtract another 2.
Okay.
So 28 would be our target launch. Now for you, I don't think you're going to have a problem.
Okay.
Because your ball flight's...
Thank you.
It's
Appreciate
great.
it.
But let's try a couple things to see if maybe a little bit thinner sole or a little bit less bounce, or maybe adding some versatility can help bring ball flight down.
Sure.
All right, so that's 25.
So that was a pretty perfect stock shot, you know. 25, way lower.
25.94. So again, when we see that launch angle number go up, we're going to see a massive shift in other things.
Sure.
Spin's going down, carries are going to be erratic, typically shorter because it's spending so much energy going this way and not towards the target.
Yep.
So when we get you lower, you get everything you're looking for.
Yeah.
Consistent carry, good stopping power, all that stuff. And you're keeping it under the wind.
Exactly.
All right, so that one's fun.
That is
Let's
nice.
try one other one. If you had a weakness around the green, what would it be?
Probably the same, like tight lies, I think.
Tight lies?
I think I have very little experience with tight lies.
Okay.
That it's not something I just get to get reps, you know?
Yes, just because you're so used to the soft stuff.
It's always muddy. It's always muddy.
Okay.
Yep.
So this one's kind of fun here.
Okay.
Hit that a couple times and see how it feels. It might not be the right bottom because of the way you strike the turf. But I always say, you know what, why not?
Why not? Let's see it. Yeah.
How'd that feel?
Gosh. Felt good. It felt spinny. I feel like the interaction's like...
And it was.
Yeah. I feel like
So-
it's almost digging into the ball hard.
So again, Jake, like when we get that launch window right, so that launch window we just saw, if you can get your eyeball just looking for that spot the whole time and get your ball to travel on that same line, You're going to be a 25 to 27 launch window player.
Yep.
That spun at 11.6.
That's a lot.
That's a lot, right?
But that
when
low,
you talk,
low and spinny, I love that.
yeah, it's a really fun shot.
Yeah.
So at full speeds, when we hit this wedge or we hit other wedges here, I don't think that one is going to turn you off a great deal because you're swinging fast, you're swinging comfortable. When I slow you down and we go greenside, that's when you're going to go, oh, wait a second, something's different here. This is not doing exactly what I want.
Yep.
All right, let's do one more and then we're going to hop in this bunker.
So we're keeping the door open to all three so far.
Oh, yeah.
Do you like all these?
I know it's just a half groove low on the face, but I'm telling you what.
I'm telling you, I kind of like the like slightly thin, low launch spinny. That's
96, 11, 5, 22. So
yeah, beautiful.
I don't hate that at all.
I don't hate it either.
All right, so we're going to take it greenside because again, the greenside shot is where we're going to see the biggest shift in performance because you're slowing down.
Definitely.
We're going to test a little bit in the sand. We're going to test it pitching and chipping. Where do you want to start?
I like bunker because I think that's something that, like, you know, if a club ever feels sticky in a bunker, I'm probably quick to, you know, want to go some other direction.
Say no thanks.
Yeah, exactly. So
perfect. All right, we're going to bring. I'm going to bring your sand wedge as well.
Okay.
And your lob wedge. I think comparing apples to apples is always really fun. I want you to have the taste in your mouth that you're familiar with.
Yeah, yeah. Kind of a baseline.
Yeah, we need a good baseline.
Love it.
And then see if we get a performance change. Now, sand back home is inconsistent?
Inconsistent, very inconsistent.
Okay.
I would say even hold a hole, not even course to course.
Hold
a hole, it's inconsistent, so.
We've done the long game part of it.
Yep.
Now let's get to work on what really matters, which is making sure that greenside performance is where you want it to be.
Absolutely.
Again, this is about checking off more boxes, right? We're not trying to do the same thing with every wedge. We're trying to make sure that every wedge has purpose and meaning and putting something on the bottom that does those things.
Exactly.
Tell me about bunker play. How has this been for you?
Bunker play is usually a strength. That's like, I grew up just loving bunkers and spending an insane amount of time just hitting bunker shots. So I generally love them, feel really comfortable. You know, it's very sand dependent. Obviously, you get in some bunkers, they're tight. Yeah. You got to kind of recalibrate to how steep, how aggressive to be, but generally a strength, I'd say.
Awesome. Okay, well, let's go towards this checkered flag in front of you.
Yeah, love it.
It's a good spot.
Yep.
How would you rate that?
Pretty good. I hit it a little heavier, you know. Again, it's kind of just got to feel out the sand, how deep it is basically, but that was pretty good. Feels like really medium thickness sand. That's nice.
And do you typically want to play a shot like this where it comes out soft and it releases a little bit like a putt?
I really let the sand dictate that, you know. Like I try not to fight it. If it's too fluffy, it's kind of hard to spin it, so I just maybe let it roll out more of a chunk and run. But you know, right now it's kind of one of those, if I aim for that shot and it comes out, if I hit it a little thin almost, it'll fly farther, spin more. So I try to be in the middle, so kind of either way works out decently. Yeah, just a little heavy.
Little experiment, no looking.
No looking.
This is the fun part of the fitting where I don't let you know what you're hitting. I don't want you to be biased.
No bias.
Everybody comes in here with this perception of what they're supposed to leave with.
Yep.
This gives you the true understanding of why things fit.
Yep. So yeah, I felt like it came out a little faster already. I mean, could have been a little better contact on my end, but yeah, it does. I think 2 for 2 faster ball speed, kind of coming out faster.
It's pretty nice.
Those are very nice.
I mean, a pretty consistent cluster of
yeah, they're all kind of landing
of shots. Okay, let's do a couple with this one. I think I'd give you a shovel and you'd probably do the same thing.
I was gonna say these are like 8 copy and pastes right there. It's really nice.
All right, so here are my thoughts so far, right?
Yeah.
I've given you 3 different options. They're all different in a lot of ways, believe it or not.
Yep.
There's some similarities, but they're all pretty far apart from each other. And I like doing that because I want you to experience one, then experience stages along the way to see whether or not you need to be more bounce, less bounce, thinner, wider, whatever it may be, right? This is how we expose what is a better option for you. You put everyone in the same spot. And to me, that says this is a place where you're really comfortable, you're really consistent in how you deliver a wedge, so you get the same result. Yep. What's nice about that is that, in a sense, takes away the importance of what we put in your hands for a bunker shot.
Sure.
And allows us to be more flexible in turf.
elsewhere. Yeah,
You know what I
exactly.
mean?
Exactly. It's
So
almost
we're not-
something we don't have to worry about as much, right?
Exactly.
Anything will kind of work.
We're not putting all of our eggs in one basket here. I want to make sure that whatever you leave with today is making this better or the same, that better or the same,
Yeah.
this better and the same, right?
Absolutely. Love it.
And I listened to you talk earlier about the importance of losing versatility when the conditions get firmer.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
We now have an opportunity to put something in your hands that makes that shot better.
Yeah, because as far as I know, like bunker would be the first place. If I go to something with like less meat, less bounce, like it would be sticky in the sand, right? That would be like a big hurdle for a low bounce option. But it's nice to know that, I don't know which one was the lower bounce, but like they all worked. I can make them work out of a bunker, so gives us more room to go fine tune the tight lies.
So option 1 was the gamer.
Okay. Yeah.
Option 2 was the low bounce, the T grind.
Okay.
Option 3 was the M.
Okay. Okay.
So when you look at the way those bounces are, the D is the highest.
Right.
So that's the gamer.
Yep.
T and M, and they all performed beautifully. You've got a really consistent cluster.
We'll take that. We'll take that.
Which makes it really nice.
Absolutely.
Now, before we leave this spot,
Yep.
I want you to try your sand wedge in here as well.
Okay.
One of the things that I often hear from players is, I only use that from the fairway.
Yeah.
If I use it around the greens, it's a bump and run,
Sure.
right?
That's exactly what I would tell you.
There's a reason why we call it a sand wedge.
Yep.
And people forgot that.
Yep. Absolutely.
When we talk to tour players will talk about the importance of this wedge in grainy situations, muddy situations,
Yep.
long bunker shots, places where you're uncomfortable, you're not confident, maybe your short game that day is just, who knows.
Sure. Sure.
Less loft will produce a more consistent result.
Right. Okay.
And if you're concerned that you can't create height with less loft, you'd be wrong.
Okay.
And we're going to prove it.
I love it. Yeah, absolutely.
So, same spot.
Yep. That's exactly what I would tell you is like, I would only ever use a 54 out of a bunker if it was like, you know, that like 30 plus yards, like literally just, if I was going to those back pins,
Sure.
had to fly it 40 yards. It's hard to get a 60 there, but it'll be cool to see. This might be the first time this has hit a bunker shot this short ever. I mean, that was high and soft for a 54 right there.
Let me freshen this area up for you. Hold on.
Appreciate it. I feel like I'm almost coming up short because I expect it to be so much hotter, and it's just not. It's not crazy different, you know.
It's not. And if you can maintain and manage how much loft you're delivering on top of the ball, you can create as much height as you want.
Yeah, I mean, I
You
feel
get
like
more spin and more consistent carry from it.
Exactly.
Watch this.
Yeah, that was nice.
So this is a little reason why I was interested in trying this wedge with you was I see what you're doing here, but I see its value here.
Sure.
Right?
Sure.
We're getting a little better from the tee, from the distance wedge, but now we're going to increase in value around the greens when conditions aren't perfect.
Exactly.
When you're not perfect.
Yep.
This is going to help you along the way.
I can tell it's this having so much kind of, I keep calling it just meat down there, like the bounce, the sole, like it's so quick to get through the sand. Like if I got in a really fluffy beach sand, it would just fly through it, which is
just move right through. Yes.
Exactly. Which is nice. Yeah, it's fast ball speed.
And you're going to see more spin.
Yeah.
So what you'll end up finding is you'll see it come out a little faster, a little further.
Definitely.
But it'll stop on a dime.
It's almost
like,
nippier.
oh, wait a second. That's exactly what I'd hoped it would do.
Yeah.
It'll do just that.
Yeah.
All right, one more, and then we're going to do some chipping.
Love it.
Gorgeous.
Man, those are nice. It does. It comes out faster, higher, and spinnier.
Yeah.
You know? Awesome.
You're just putting more face on that golf ball.
That's fun. That's really fun.
Let's find a place to chip. All right, so we're out of the bunker. We're on something a little tighter, a little soggier. This is a tricky shot.
This is.
This is the
comfy.
final box we want to check is when things get tight, when things get soft, whether they're firm or soft, doesn't matter. When they get tight, do you have a wedge that you can feel comfortable and confident with?
Yeah, absolutely.
And that's going to be the goal. Today, you're in something that is higher bounce.
Yep.
My gut tells me we might find something with less that makes some of these shots easier.
Awesome. That's exciting. Absolutely.
All right, start with the gamer.
This clip's nice.
Very nice.
You can almost see the like, that's a shot where I think with newer grooves, like this wedge is like 6 months old. I think that kind of grabs more and it just kind of releases on me. We were talking about the importance of grooves. Got to get new grooves often.
Okay, so pay attention to that one.
Yeah.
There's a difference, right? A little higher launch.
Yep.
A little more release.
Yep. Not quite as clipped.
Still a great shot, don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
But what if that flag was cut closer? You may not have gotten on the green, right?
Yep.
So I like to pay attention to some of the misses. Let's hit one or two more.
See, that's kind of that pop up
Yep.
You know, it's not tumbling, obviously it's a good shot, but it's like the trajectory, I just kind of have a range of launches, right?
All right, so I'm going to trade you.
Yep, no looking.
No looking, even though you probably already know.
Oh, that is so much spin. I mean, that caught me off guard how much spinnier and, okay. Can I clean that one more time? Yeah. I almost have to like play, I'm realizing that with my wedge, I'm almost like playing a little mini flyer. It's like a pop-up.
You're expecting it.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Yes.
Because that came out so nice and I just didn't hit it hard enough, you know? So. It's kind of the same one. This is, I think I have a hunch that this is the 4. This feels so different than mine, but.
Could be.
Could be. Who could say? That's so clean.
All right, so you're going to see a big difference, right?
Yeah.
If I take some bounce away for you,
Yep.
what you're going to find is that it's delaying when the club and the ground are going to meet.
Right.
When we talk about what feels really good to good players, really to all golfers, is this feeling of speed through the ground.
Yep.
That can only be found if you get fit and you understand.
Definitely.
Right? You've been in the same wedge forever.
Yes.
And you've been okay with that.
Right.
But when we take away some of the bounce and we move you into something that's a little thinner, there's less on the bottom.
Yep.
This is going to get to the ball cleaner and faster, which means you're going to launch it lower with more spin.
I feel like that's what we were seeing with the full shots, how it came out, just a lower window, spinnier. It's more consistent. Like those 3 shots I hit all landed on the same spot. It's shorter than my mini flyers that I've been getting apparently, right?
Yes.
These are actually coming out like that kind of low, spinny, controlled, like just a little dart, you know?
So now I want your thought process to be the same shot.
Yep.
But I need you to give it a little more speed because right now they're just coming up. They're coming up a little short,
yeah,
right?
It's literally coming out too low and spinny, right?
Yep.
I mean, that's the best way to hit a pitch, though. That's so nice.
In. Oh, come on.
That hit the brakes harder, too.
And I think what you'll find is that when you're well fit, when you're fit into the right wedge, you can be faster.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right? If we get accustomed to this floaty thing that we know is going to release, we're always going to land it short.
Absolutely.
We have no choice because we know it's going to roll out.
Yep.
If I give you a wedge that you can move through the ground faster and you feel more comfortable with, you're going to see that increase in spin and that decrease in the launch.
Exactly. Yeah. It feels like it's incentivizing me to give it aggressive, confident hit, right?
And you're a better, faster, or better player when you're faster, right?
Definitely. I like the feeling of kind of confident, aggressive, you know? You don't want to be backing off of pitch shots, I think. That was a little overdone. Again, that aggression turns into like handle lean.
I'm going to trade you. I'm going to give you a little bit more this time around. Sometimes the middle is the sweet spot, but I really like this one so far.
A little chunky. That's where this muddy lie is going to be so exposing, you know. You don't get away with hitting behind it on the wet muddy. But still, I mean, I say that I still hit it to 8 feet, you know.
Yes.
I did get away with it. More aggressive.
Okay. 2 with this.
Nice.
And then I think we know the winner.
Awesome. Just a little heavy again. Yeah, you really, this condition, you don't get away with much.
No, you do not.
Nice. Might have made it. We'll pretend like that was going in.
If that cluster of golf balls you put in front of it wasn't there, you might have.
I might have.
All right, so let's summarize what we learned today.
Yeah.
We learned that your set was already in a pretty good spot, right? We can make some small adjustments to make it better.
Right.
Again, we're just trying to find more ways for you to get it up and down faster.
Exactly.
Your 50 degree, I like it. 12 degrees of bounce is a great bounce for you. Its purpose again is pretty simple. It's just I want a nice gap. I want to hit a nice flight window off my pitching wedge.
Exactly.
And it's doing exactly that. We've got 13 yards between that and the pitch, so that one's good to go. When we look at the sand wedge and we talk about its purpose, we talk about the conditions you play in, places you might want to be better at. I think adding some bounce to that is actually good.
Okay.
You're already in the 12D now, but I think if we move it to 14 and we keep that sole a little bit wider, you're going to love it more in the sand. It's going to give you the same performance from the fairway.
Yep.
And when conditions get like this,
you're
going to like it even more.
This is definitely a shot where I feel like that 54 would jump in my hands. If I had the 14 wider sole, I feel like it'd be nice. Yeah.
So I think you'll like it. You'll love it into the grain. You'll love it as you move around the country. For guys who question it, the best players in the world do it every single week.
Right.
There's a reason why.
Exactly.
It could work for you too if you get fit. And then your lob wedge. This is a place where I see just some ways we can get a little bit better.
Yeah.
You're currently in a D grind. It's 12 degrees of bounce. It's probably pretty good for most of the weeks, but I want to make sure you're able to do anything and everything you want.
Absolutely.
And you're limiting yourself when you have that much, especially with your hands and the amount of golf you play. I'd prefer to see you down in an M grind.
Okay.
It's a little bit less bounce. It's 8 degrees. But I think that opens up a lot of great doors for you to get through some of the stuff that's tighter, firmer, faster.
Right.
Your bunker play is already outstanding. So I can give you anything in there and you're going to get it up and down.
Thank you. Yeah.
But I'm looking at all the little shots that may not be a place where you're comfortable.
Absolutely.
And I think the M's going to produce a better result for you long term.
That's exciting. It's definitely eye-opening. I didn't expect to be changing anything, but I can see what you're saying. Having like a more balanced 54 and the lower bounce 60, I feel like I'm gonna have everything covered, which, yeah, I wouldn't have known otherwise. So, Aaron,
what do you think?
That.
What do you think of fitting? Does it matter?
Fitting matters. Yeah, I can say fitting matters. First time in 15 years doing a wedge fitting, and yeah, leaving with different wedges. So that's exciting.
Love it.
Love it, man. Thank you so much, Aaron. That's again, thank you so much.